Have you ever wondered why some people age with grace, while others struggle with fatigue, inflammation, and slow recovery? The difference is often not in the number of years, but in how the body handles change, how well it can find balance inside itself. And balance, my friends, often begins with the simplest things we put on our plates. Today, we'll talk about something that may look very ordinary in your grocery store: broccoli and cabbage. But hidden inside their green and humble leaves lies a quiet power that speaks to the very heart of aging, metabolism, and inner calm. I'm a Chinese Buddhist monk who has spent many years studying balance, health, and the art of living long with peace and clarity. Over time, I've seen that our bodies, much like our minds, are gardens. They respond to what we plant, what we water, and what we neglect. Broccoli and cabbage belong to a family of vegetables called the cruciferous group, a name that might sound scientific, but it simply means they share a common plant structure. These vegetables are among nature's most remarkable gifts for helping us age well. Let's begin with a truth. Aging is not the enemy, it is a teacher. But when inflammation takes root in the body, in the joints, the heart, the skin, or even the brain, it clouds that lesson. Inflammation is like smoke from a small fire that never goes out. You may not see it, but it quietly damages what's inside. Scientists now call it one of the hidden causes of many diseases we associate with old age: arthritis, diabetes, heart disease, even some cancers. Broccoli and cabbage may seem too simple to fight something so serious, but that's the beauty of nature's wisdom. It hides its strength in plain sight. Both are rich in compounds called glucosinolates. When you chew or cut these vegetables, these compounds break down into molecules that help the body detoxify harmful substances, calm inflammation, and even support the immune system. Think of it as your body's internal housekeeping. Now imagine this. Every time you eat a small portion of broccoli or cabbage, you're not just feeding yourself. You're giving your cells the tools to stay clean and balanced. Metabolism, the process by which your body turns food into energy, becomes smoother. Your blood sugar stays steadier. Your energy doesn't spike and crash. You feel lighter, clearer, and more in tune with your body. But balance doesn't come from one meal. It comes from rhythm. The same way monks live by daily routines of meditation and mindful breathing, your body needs a rhythm of nourishment. A small bowl of steamed broccoli or cabbage several times a week can create that rhythm. Slowly, your metabolism finds its center again. Let's pause and reflect for a moment. Many of us grew up believing that healing comes from something new, a new pill, a new diet, a new discovery. But the truth has always been around us, growing quietly in the soil. Broccoli, cabbage, kale, mustard greens, they all share this cruciferous power. They are simple, humble, and inexpensive, yet they perform miracles at the cellular level. Modern science now confirms what traditional medicine has long known. Cruciferous vegetables contain sulforaphane, a compound that activates protective enzymes in our cells. These enzymes help neutralize toxins before they can do harm. Some studies even show sulforaphane helps switch off genes that trigger chronic inflammation. In simple words, these vegetables don't just feed your body, they protect it from within. There's another quiet benefit. As we age, our digestive system slows down. Food takes longer to process, and sometimes that leads to discomfort or heaviness. Broccoli and cabbage help with this too. Their fiber content keeps digestion smooth and supports healthy gut bacteria, the little invisible helpers that keep everything in harmony. When the gut is calm, the mind is calm. I often think of the body like a monastery. Each organ is a monk performing its duty. The liver purifies, the heart circulates, the lungs breathe life. But when one monk becomes tired or overworked, the entire monastery feels it. Cruciferous vegetables give these monks the rest and nourishment they need to continue their service with steadiness. In Buddhist teaching, we speak of the middle way, not too much, not too little. This principle applies to food as well. You don't need to eat a mountain of broccoli every day. Moderation is the true medicine. A cup or two a few times a week, prepared gently, steamed, sautéed lightly, or even fermented as sauerkraut is enough. Cooking them too long, however, can destroy their delicate nutrients. Gentle heat keeps their essence alive. And yet, the most important ingredient isn't in the vegetable itself. It's in your attitude while eating. When you prepare broccoli or cabbage with gratitude and awareness, your body receives it differently. Mindful eating turns an ordinary meal into an act of healing. Each bite reminds you this body is a temple, and it deserves care. There is something deeply poetic about the cruciferous family. The word cruciferous comes from the Latin crucifere, meaning cross-bearing. If you look closely at the flowers of these plants, their petals form a small cross. For centuries, this has been seen as a symbol of balance between the four directions, north, south, east, and west, or the balance of elements within us. It's as if nature designed these plants as a reminder harmony is found at the intersection of opposites. Now, let me ask again, how does one truly stay young? Not by resisting time, but by flowing with it. Broccoli and cabbage don't stop time. They simply help you live within it with less pain, less inflammation, and more energy. They remind yourselves how to breathe. The human body is a magnificent machine. Every day, it performs thousands of chemical reactions without your awareness. But these reactions depend on balance. Too much sugar, too much processed food, too much stress, and the balance is lost. Then the fires of inflammation begin. The cruciferous vegetables act like gentle rain, cooling those fires.
When you think about health, think in terms of harmony, not perfection. A body that digests well, sleeps deeply, moves easily, and recovers quickly, that is true youth. Broccoli and cabbage are small daily allies that help you reach that state. There's something else fascinating about them. Studies have shown that people who eat more cruciferous vegetables tend to have lower levels of certain inflammatory markers in their blood. It's as if these plants whisper instructions to your immune system. Calm down, you are safe. And when the body believes it's safe, healing begins. You might wonder, can something so common truly make a difference? But isn't that the nature of wisdom itself? The deepest truths are rarely loud. They don't arrive in luxury packages. They sit quietly in the produce aisle, waiting to be chosen. In the temple, we say that discipline is freedom. The same is true for the body. The discipline of choosing wholesome, healing foods frees you from the prison of pain and fatigue. Broccoli and cabbage may not be glamorous, but they are honest. They do what they promise. And while we speak of food, let's not forget that true nourishment also comes from calm thoughts and gentle movement. When you eat with peace, your metabolism responds differently. Stress tightens digestion, slows metabolism, and feeds inflammation. Peace relaxes the body, allowing every cell to receive what it needs. So eat your greens and breathe deeply as you do. Some people say, I don't like broccoli. That's fine. It's not about forcing yourself. It's about finding your own form of balance. Maybe you enjoy cabbage soup, or stir-fried bok choy, or roasted cauliflower. All belong to the same family. The body recognizes them as kin. When you look at these vegetables again, see beyond their shape. See them as living medicine, gentle, ancient, and faithful. They don't demand, they simply offer. We live in an age of quick fixes, But the body is ancient. It understands slow rhythm, not urgency. Broccoli and cabbage work in silence, not in spectacle. They ask only for consistency. So when you sit down to your next meal, perhaps with a small bowl of warm cabbage beside you, take a moment to feel gratitude. The soil, the sunlight, the rain, and time itself have come together to make that food. You are not separate from that. The same balance that keeps the earth alive is the balance that keeps you alive. Each time you eat mindfully, each time you choose something living and healing, you practice the art of longevity. It's not just about years added to life, but peace added to years. Let your meals be moments of meditation. Let your food be your medicine. Let balance, quiet, steady, and alive guide you toward the kind of strength that does not fade with age. In the end, what we seek is not endless youth, but graceful vitality, the strength to wake each morning with calm breath, a clear mind, and steady energy. Broccoli and cabbage may seem like simple companions on that path, yet their quiet wisdom is deep. The world offers many cures, but few harmonies. Harmony is what the cruciferous family teaches. Through their simplicity, we return to what truly matters, the steady pulse of life within us, supported by what the earth provides. So let each meal be an offering of peace. Let each bite remind you that balance is not found in grand changes, but in small, loving choices repeated with care. May your body be calm, your metabolism steady, and your spirit light. That is the quiet power of these humble greens, a power that nourishes not just the body, but the whole being. Breathe. Eat gently. Live fully.